So you want to pay off your mortgage early, huh? Well, today I'm going to show you how our family paid off our mortgage in less than 5 years and how you can do it too. Hey everyone, this is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money. And on this channel, we're all about strengthening your family tree so you can live financially free. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit subscribe and that little bell so you get notified when the next video comes out. Okay, let's take this story back to 2013. Yes, the year of Breaking Bad and poppin' tags. During the fall of 2013, while I was traveling out of town for work, my wife Nicole found our forever house. This home had everything she was looking for, including an attached garage, an open floor plan, an updated kitchen, walk-in closet, and a big backyard on a half-acre lot. She told me that this was the one, and as soon as I got home from out of town, I had to see it. Now, my wife has excellent taste, and the majority of the time, we're in sync. I wasn't worried about liking it. I was worried about getting a big old mortgage to pay for it. Honestly, I had been burned before. My first home purchase was a disaster. I bought more home than I could afford in 2004, and when the housing market tanked in Metro Detroit around 2009, I owed more on that house than it was worth, and I did not want to be in that position ever again. Surprisingly, when I got a look at the house Nicole found, I loved it too. It felt like home instantaneously. Even the neighbors were perfect. We decided to go for it. But given my history with mortgages and feeling overwhelmed by the realities of home ownership, I had some ideas that would help us pay off our mortgage in 5 years. That way, Nicole would get the house of her dreams, and I would get the mortgage-free life that I always wanted. So here's the step-by-step process we took to become mortgage-free in our mid-30s. Number 1, get a 15-year mortgage. In our first house together, I made a lot of uneducated first-time home buyer mistakes that I didn't want to repeat ever again. One of those areas I was bound to improve on was the mortgage process. My first mortgage was based on a 30-year payoff period. 30 freaking years to pay it off. I'm sorry, that is just way too long to experience debt freedom. This time, it was going to be different. When we bought our new house in 2013, the rates were at an all-time low. We worked with LendingTree and got hooked up with a $195,000 15-year mortgage at 3% with no points. This 15-year mortgage had a higher monthly payment. It was around $1,900, and that included taxes and insurance. But the bulk of it was going to the principal every month instead of our mortgage company's pockets. Nicole and I agreed that if we couldn't afford to pay the larger monthly payments of a 15-year mortgage, then we shouldn't buy the house at all. Looking back, the 15-year mortgage was one of the best decisions we've ever made. Besides having those kids together, we like them. Not only were we paying less interest to the mortgage, company by going with the 15-year, but the mortgage principal also went down by a sizable amount each month. Okay, number 2, make additional principal payments. My second nerdy money guy rule to crush our new mortgage in 5 years was to make additional monthly payments towards the principal each month. We would do this by reducing our expenses and increasing our income. Here are some of the ways we reduced our expenses during this time period. Less eating out for dinner, packing my lunch for work, dialing back on our grocery spending, thanks Aldi, cutting the cord on cable, going with high deductible insurance plans, and saying no to family and friends a little more often, and that was the hardest one. Although these sacrifices felt difficult, we had a healthy income between 160 and 180K during the mortgage payoff process. So it really wasn't that too much of a sacrifice. It was just us getting used to this new normal. And we were prepared as well. A couple of years prior, we had eliminated around $50,000 of debt. This was car loans and student debt by living on a lot less than we made. Having no debt definitely helped this process go a lot smoother. And by reducing our expenses, we were able to pay additional principal payments each month. And that major impact helped us to crush this 15-year mortgage and helped us to turn it into a 5-year mortgage, right? Now let's talk about what we did to increase our income. I didn't always receive bonuses at work, and it depended on how my company was doing that year or how I performed. But during the payoff process, I was fortunate enough to receive 2 bonuses for a solid performance. That unexpected money was sent directly to pay off the mortgage. So that netted us about $6,000 overall during the mortgage payoff process. A nice chunk of change. We also sold a lot of our stuff on Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. My road bike, a moped, some clothes, some purses, some furniture, anything that we weren't using anymore that didn't make us happy, we just sold it. And that threw about $3,000 towards our mortgage payoff process. We also incorporated a little paycheck mind trick. My company paid me 26 times per year, which is every 2 weeks, as opposed to 24 times per year, which would be the 1st of the month and 15th of the month. So Nicole and I agreed that when we bought the house, we would only live off the 24 paychecks annually instead of the 26. So twice a year, we made a big payment on the principal with those 2 additional paychecks. This consistent biannual payment took a huge bite out of our overall principal balance. Our estimated payment by doing that was about $30,000 extra. So between all those things, that was that $39,000. So big deal. All right, the third thing was to throw a budget party. So what is a budget party? Well, this was the monthly get-together that Nicole and I did to review our expenses and make sure we were moving in the right track. She didn't really think of it much as a party because, I guess it wasn't her cup of tea. But if I called it a party, I thought that she might show up. Bring some pizza, some wine, and have some fun with it. And it did work. We developed a zero-based budget together through Mint, where every dollar that we earned each month was committed. This way we were controlling our money instead of our money controlling us. And for the couples out there, Zeta is a great resource as well. That's specifically for couples. And then for the spreadsheet nerds out there, Tiller is a great budgeting tool. Either way, whatever one you choose, you can't go wrong with any of these. Just choose a tool and get to work. So anyway, our budget party also helped us discuss other important things like upcoming family events, weekend plans, date nights, and just our general future goals. With 2 little kids under 6 running around the house, we didn't get a lot of time to talk. So our budget party helped a lot with that. Since paying off the mortgage was a big deal to both of us, we ensured that the extra principal payments we were including in this budget happened every single month. With the additional principal payments being automated, it just became our way of life. It's kind of like when you have a job and you set up those automated 401k contributions. You don't even allow yourself to realize that you had access to that money. And then you look back years later and you've made huge financial progress. In a sense, you just set it and you forget it. All right, number 4, have fun. My wife, she's a good yin to my yang. She likes dreaming for the future with me and having a little less today so we can have more tomorrow. But she also wants to make sure we're enjoying our lives today. With the madness that sometimes came with my full-time job and young parenthood, we both agreed that if we were going to do this crazy pay off the mortgage in 5 years thing, we needed to still have some fun. Now, everyone defines fun differently, but for us, it meant things like having themed birthday parties for our kids, spending time together for a date night, driving to northern Michigan to visit our family for the weekend, or going to Lions games. Actually, that was more torture than fun, really, because they were just, oh, they're bad. And also getting babysitters so we could do a date night out every once in a while. The last thing we wanted to be was house rich and life poor. And I can accurately say that we still had fun during the mortgage payoff process. And I think my wife, Nicole, would agree. Number 5, dream big dreams. In order to stay motivated and excited about paying off our mortgage, we constantly reminded ourselves why we were doing this. When we paid off our 15-year mortgage, we would be able to go on an epic family vacation every year. Perhaps we'd go to Mexico for a week, or do this maybe during Christmas or Easter and just feel that warm, beautiful sun shine down on our pale Michigan skin while we're laying in rafts in a picturesque infinity pool. I can picture it now. Or we can help our kids graduate college student debt free. With the $1.6 trillion in student debt right now, we would be able to help our kids avoid all that mess and graduate without loans. Our kids' 529 college funds would grow and grow with the additional funds we would have, so that one day they wouldn't even have to worry about any of that mess. Wouldn't that be incredible to do? Wouldn't that be an incredible gift for your kids? We'd be able to maybe save for our first rental property and begin generating some true passive income. And as the passive income builds over time, we would be able to reach financial independence and design a lifestyle that we love. One of the best reasons to pay off your mortgage early for us was that we would both be able to maybe design a part-time work style. We would be able to work fewer hours at our jobs and spend more time doing the things we love. Or better yet, we would keep working full-time, but do work that we're passionate about instead of work that we had to do. And how about giving back more? Without a mortgage payment, we would be able to find charities that would fill up our hearts and become more giving. Having an open hand with our money would help us discover where our passions truly lie. These dreams, all these big dreams we talked about, kept us motivated about the day that we would eliminate our mortgage for good. Number 6, celebrate with the family. If we kept consistent with our goal, made sure to still have fun, and kept dreaming of a brighter future for our family, we knew we'd be able to pay off our mortgage early. And you know what? We did. On November 21st, 2017, our family became completely mortgage-free. We paid off our 15-year mortgage in less than 5 years. In fact, it was just a bit under 4. We had an epic mortgage payoff celebration as a family to commemorate this big, big moment in our lives. Check out the video here. You can learn what a mortgage piñata really looks like. This was Nicole's idea. All right, number 7, make dreams become a reality. The sense of freedom we have now is incredible. Without a mortgage, my personal stress levels have decreased immensely, and our young family's future looks bright. The following spring, after we paid off our mortgage, we took our family to Cabo San Lucas for a week of fun in the sun. We hit up Disney World, Los Angeles, and Florida that year. It was a great year. Now we're addicted to getting out of town when it's cold here in Michigan, and that is money well spent. Our family charitable giving has gone up from 1% in 2017 to now 5% of our take-home pay. We're proud to give more, and we're proud to support the fine people behind these charities. Some of them that I like, number 1 here is Together We Rise. They support children in foster care in our country. Child Help, they prevent child abuse in the United States. And then Feeding America, they're helping over 40 million Americans who face hunger each day. Giving to these organizations fills up our hearts because we know we're able to be the change we want to see in our country. And on the work front, Nicole recently found a part-time job that she loves. After 5.5 years as a stay-at-home mom, she was ready to add a little something else into her life. Now she has a great balance of work and family life that makes her smile. And for me, I decided to leave my full-time corporate career in event marketing and pursue my passion of helping young families build wealth full-time. It was a big decision to leave my 6-figure career and become an entrepreneur, but we were financially prepared for the big leap, and I was ready for a change. All right, let's recap those 7 ways we paid off our mortgage in less than 5 years. Number 1, get a 15-year mortgage. Number 2, make additional principal payments. Number 3, have a monthly budget party. Number 4, have fun. Number 5, dream big dreams. Number 6, celebrate with the family. And then number 7, make your dreams become a reality. Now, I've had a lot of fun with this. I've been able to interview other families that have done the same. The freedom and the options these families have from paying off their mortgage is just incredible, and it motivates me even more. Like Jessie Furon, who paid off her mortgage early, making less than $50,000 per year. Or Keith Robinson, who loved the fact that he had mortgage freedom in the midst of a global pandemic and a recession. And last but not least, one of my favorites, the McCoy family, who paid off $250,000 of debt, including their mortgage, with the help of their kids. Now, these are just a handful of stories we've collected about families paying off their mortgages early. If you're interested in listening or reading more about how to pay off your mortgage early, please visit my website at marriagekidsandmoney.com, or just check out more videos on this channel. I've collected a lot of them. And hey, if you've paid off your mortgage early, I would love to hear from you. Sharing your financial wins could inspire others to win as well. More inspiration, more mortgage-free families. And it just continues from there, right? What a wonderful mortgage-free world that would be. This is Andy Hill from the Marriage, Kids, and Money podcast, signing off. Carpe diem.
We're mortgage-free!